think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
From the 29, Jones. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw. Jones forced out to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jersey?
And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. Now Sanders. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Man, 216 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught by Sanders. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and that will keep this a 2-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Going deep here for Parker. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a while. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Folk out there now to kick this one off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Looking to throw. Jones. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Back to throw. Jones dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Wide open receiver, complete. 11 yards, but still not enough. Fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
A field goal gets them the lead, but they'll risk it here on fourth and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith from 3 yards out. And the Patriots have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Being chased, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now come the Eagles. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Juwan Bentley.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Jones throwing on third and long. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's Jones throwing on fourth down. And my goodness, another interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And this is secured by the Patriots. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football and give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. So if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Pats are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Charles, this is pretty unbelievable. 4 interceptions in a single game. How has he done it?
Well, if you open up the football dictionary and see the term nose for the ball, this guy's going to pop up now. He is now the picture. And maybe if you're on the offensive side, you try and find a way to throw away from his area from this point forward, don't you?
I think I would advise that. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Patriotsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Jones now on 3rd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, your QB's been... Sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Jones. He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. He'll look to throw, eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now a carry for Sanders, and he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Eagles. Grant Calcaterra, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
And this is secured by the Patriots. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
And this is caught. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And now here is another interception. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
They'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to... take possession of the football. Now Jones on 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
And now here is another interception. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. On the move to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot, Devin McCourty. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Steps away. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Back to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll look to throw here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. 7 yards there and a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Drops this one down to Gainwell. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rolling to his right. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Play action. Here's Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. And now here is another interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Pats are right back in this football game. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from through.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs If you do it right and they look this...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football.
I think you...
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Throwing Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Pats are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Flush to his right. He completes it to Henry. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up in on fourth down, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On second and very short, Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. Rolling to his left. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it, there's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Jones, another shot here after the pick-6. Buying time to his left. Open man down the field is Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, he fakes a spike. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Running right, this is Gainwell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Here's Hurts to throw. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Kenneth Gainwell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And now here is another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run it.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. New England trying to get a place on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. 2nd and 8. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On the handoff, Gainwell. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this one is incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Forced out to his left. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is for this offense. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jones out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. That one looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Hurts on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game